everyone. Today we're going to talk about how seeds grow and how plants make new seeds to grow new plants, the life cycle of the plant. Yesterday we talked about bees and how bees are really important for plants so that plants can pollinate and make new plants. So I found this book called From Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons. So first I'm going to read this book, we're going to sing a song, and I have a couple of little experiments or activities that we're going to do. So this is by Gail Gibbons. You might recognize some of these. Most plants make seeds. A seed contains the beginning of a new plant. Do you have any of these growing near you? Tulips, daisies, rose, peas, buttercups, corn. Seeds are different shapes, sizes, and colors. So here we see a lot of different shapes that you might find outside. I have these in my yard from a maple tree, acorns from an oak tree. These look like dandelion seeds, bean seeds, corn seeds. All seeds grow into the same kind of plant that made them. So sunflower seeds grow into sunflowers. Acorns or oak seeds grow into oak trees. Many plants grow flowers. Flowers are where most seeds begin. So an apple tree grows flowers, dandelions, aster, zinnia. The flower is made up of many parts. And we talked a little bit about this the other day too. In the middle is the pistil, and at the top of the pistil is the stigma, which is a sticky part of the plant where the pollen that helps when animals are pollinating. Down here at the bottom of the pistil are the ovules, and that's where the tiny egg cells are. And this part is the sepal and the stem, and then the stamens grow around the pistil. And at the end of the stamens, there are it's kind of powder, yellow powder called pollen. And then the petals are around the outside. The petals protect the pistil and the stamens and the stigma. Before a seed can begin to grow, a grain of pollen from the stamen, must land on the stigma at the top of the pistil of a flower like itself. This is called pollination. Pollination happens in different ways. Often, wind blows pollen from flower to flower. So the pollen from the end of this stamen needs to go to the stigma on another flower. Bees, other insects, and hummingbirds help pollinate too. While they visit flowers for their sweet juice called nectar, pollen rubs onto their bodies. Then they carry the pollen to another flower where it comes off onto its pistil. So here's a bee visiting here. Pollen is sticking to the bee's body. Then the bee goes to another flower, and some of the pollen wipes off onto the stigma. And the same thing happens with a hummingbird. See, the pollen is getting rubbed on the hummingbird's belly, and then it's going to the pistil on another flower. If a pollen grain from a flower lands on the pistil of the same kind of flower, it grows a long tube through the pistil into an ovule. This is the beginning of a seed. So the pollen goes here, and then a long tube grows down to the ovule. And that's how a seed starts for a new flower. The seeds grow inside the flower even as the flower begins to die. As the seeds become bigger, a fruit or pod grows around them. The fruit or pod protects the seeds. So here's a pod for the pea plant, and here's the fruit starting to grow in the middle of this flower. When the fruit or pod ripens, it breaks open. The seeds are ready to become new plants. Some seeds fall to the ground around the base of the plant where they will grow. Some pods or fruits open and the seeds pop out. Sometimes when birds eat berries, they drop the seeds. Sometimes the wind will blow them or birds will carry them. Other seeds fall into streams, ponds, rivers, or the ocean. There, they will travel in the water until they stick to dirt along the shore. So look, here's a coconut. It's on the land and it's starting to grow roots and stems and leaves. It's growing into a plant. And someday it will be as big as this palm tree here, this coconut tree. The wind scatters seeds. Some seeds have fluff on them that lets them float to the ground like tiny parachutes. Others have wings that spin as they fall. Have you ever seen a dandelion? When you blow on a dandelion, those are little seeds that fly off and they'll grow new dandelions. Animals help scatter seeds too. They hide acorns and nuts in the ground. Some seeds have hooks that stick to the fur of animals or people's clothes. Later they drop off onto the ground. So some seeds are sticky and they stick to your clothes, but you actually help spreading them around to grow new plants. A flower bed or vegetable garden is beautiful. Seeds are planted to grow into the gardens. The seeds come in small envelopes or boxes. Directions explain how to plant the seeds and care for the plants. Excuse me. So here it looks like they're planting carrot seeds, tomato seeds, lettuce seeds, corn seeds, and bean seeds. The beginning of a plant is curled up inside each seed. Food is stored inside the seed too. The seed has a seed coat on the outside to protect it. So see inside, this is the inside of a bean seed. And here's the beginning of the plant. It's a baby plant inside. And this is the food. And then this is the seed coat. A seed will not sprout until certain things happen. First, it must be on or in the soil. Then it needs rain to soak the seed and soften its seed coat. So it needs soil, it needs water. When the sun shines and warms the ground, the seed coat breaks open and the seed begins to grow. This is called germination. A root grows down into the soil. The root takes in water and minerals from the soil for food. So this seed has germinated. It started to grow. See, the roots are growing down and the stem and leaves are going up. Up grows a shoot. Green leaves grow up from the shoot towards the sun. The plant grows bigger and bigger. The leaves make food for the plant from the water and the minerals in the soil, the sunlight and the air all around the plant. Finally, the plant is full grown. Buds on the plant open into flowers where new seeds will grow. Many of the foods people eat are seeds, fruits, and pods. They are full of nutrition, vitamins, and minerals, and they are tasty too. Do you see some things here that you like to eat? About carrots and corn. This looks like squash maybe, and I don't know if that's rutabaga or a beet, lettuce, strawberries, peaches, plums, peas, beans, tomatoes, lemon, apple, grapefruit, oranges, sunflower seeds, rice. Those things are delicious. Now this is the project that I'm going to do right now. It says a From Seed to Plant project, how to raise bean plants. So find a clean glass jar. So I have my glass jar. And a piece of black construction paper and roll it up. Slide the paper into the jar and fill the jar with water. Wedge the bean seeds between the black paper and the glass. Put the jar in a warm place. In a few days, the seeds will begin to sprout. Watch the roots grow down and the shoots grow up. And then once it starts growing, you can transplant them into a pot. So put dirt in a pot. Carefully remove the small plants from the glass jar and place them in the soil, covering them up to the base of their shoots. Water them and watch them grow. So I'm going to try that right now. I have my glass and I have my construction paper. I'm going to roll that up and put it in here. All the way around. There you go. have some dried bean seeds here. Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 bean seeds. So I'm going to pour the water inside here. And the black paper's there so you can really see what's happening with the seeds. And then I'm going to put the seeds inside here between the glass. There. There's one there. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. And looks like there might be room for one more. 6. So I will be putting this in a window so they can get some sunlight. And I will be tracking the progress, and I will let you know how it's going. So move that aside. And I also had something else I wanted to show you, is that I found some different fruits in my house, and I wanted to look at some different kinds of seeds. Remember in the book it said whatever seed, each seed will grow into the same kind of plant that grew that seed. Do you recognize this? This is a kiwi. When you cut open the kiwi, you can see the seeds, these little black seeds inside the kiwi. And those, if they have the right conditions, if they have soil, sun, then they will grow into new soil, sun, and water. They will grow into new kiwi plants. And then eventually, if they pollinate, then they will grow new kiwis. And kiwi seeds are seeds that we can eat. We have seaweed or kiwi. We have tomatoes, tomato seeds inside. See the tomato seeds? Tomato seeds are also seeds that we can eat. We have kiwis, tomato seeds. Look very different from each other. And this one I just had already sliced up. This is from a cucumber. But you see inside here in the middle is the cucumber seeds that could grow into cucumber plants, and they would grow new cucumbers. There's the cucumber seeds, and we can eat cucumber seeds as well. What about this? This is a lemon, and inside the lemon there are lemon seeds, but lemon seeds are not seeds that we usually eat. You might accidentally eat one, but they're not ones that we normally eat. There's a lemon seed that could grow into a lemon plant. And the last one I have here is an apple. An apple has seeds. I'm going to cut it this way so you can see. Apple seeds grow right in the middle. So fruit, all fruit have seeds that grow inside. That's what makes it a fruit. See the apple seeds in here? And now apple seeds are also seeds that we don't eat. We eat around the seeds. We don't eat the apple seeds. Again, we might do it accidentally, but generally we don't eat those. Apples. Apples are one of my favorite fruits.